I know that you can't see me right now, but it occurred to me that people might not believe that I actually do anything as far as the healings at night. And it also occurred to me that it might be good information for you who are doing the 21-day meditation to understand what's going on with me and why I chose these dates and whatnot. Okay, so I had mentioned before that I am on a beauty campaign, which I'll go into more detail later. But basically, my stomach has been ripped apart for 10 years from having children. And I worked as hard as I could to bring it back together. And I eat really well. I eat really healthy. Da-da-da-da-da. Well, it turns out my stomach muscles, without getting too disgusting and graphic, my stomach muscles were actually torn apart and stretched out, and my organs were not being supported. So I found a plastic surgeon who I truly believe, this man, his way of serving and he feels love and compassion for women in my position who have given birth and are so happy to have our beautiful babies, our children, our kids growing up. But it's hard when you can't find clothes that make you look like you feel. And it takes hours to figure out what you're going to wear to here or there or whatever. Anyway, it was nice to know that he said, basically I could have done 1 million sit-ups a day and it wasn't going to do anything because really my abdominal muscles needed to be restitched together, pulled in, and there's a lot of loose skin going on. And if you're in a position like me, we call it the flap. And we don't love our flap because that's why we all wear yoga pants, because we can deal easier with the flap and we can cover it and hide it. But when you want to wear jeans, you have to decide whether you're going to tuck in your flap or let it go over the top of the jeans. It's just not attractive. But the kids are worth it, yada, yada, yada. So I found this guy. So I ended up going forward with a tummy tuck surgery. That happened on November 7th. And then it was supposed to be time to recuperate. And so I thought, it's going to be easy for me to do a 21-day meditation and just meditate with people and do the nightly healings on all you people, because I'm going to do it on myself anyway. Well, the universe had a slightly different plan, and so I got the tummy tuck on Tuesday. Basically, you're pretty incapacitated after that for a couple days. Well, Sunday night, my father had a huge fall. Ambulance had to be called. He's a mess. He still is a mess. He's okay, and he's recuperating in his own apartment, which is right across my driveway. But I am not going to let my dad go to a hospital by himself. So I had a ride in the front of this ambulance, and I hadn't taken my pain medication because everything happened so quickly, because I was about to just take my pain medication and then start the meditation and then do the healing on all you people. So I ended up just riding along in the ambulance and hanging out with my dad. And then while they took him for CAT scans and x-rays, I did my meditation at that point. I did the healing also as well. And I wanted to write down, and I brought my iPad so that I could write down what I got for the healing. The information for the healing that happened for Sunday night was that you people, for the most part, are not really sinking down into your life. It's almost like they are showing me that you're entering into your living room, and instead of just sitting down and relaxing in your own living room, you're like, let me just straighten those pillows, and let me just fold that blanket, and then I'll sit down and relax. Oh, let me just load the wood stove, and then I'll relax. Speaking of wood stove, I can let you look at the, well, maybe that's a better vantage point. But anyway, so you people, I love you so much you can't even imagine. And today was so cool. Today I went to my little P.O. Box 11, Bethel, Connecticut, 06801, and I had some little letters in there, and I had some little checks in there, and I had a couple requests for oils, which I just adore making, and I will at some point make a video about my oils and how obsessed I am, but I don't want it to sound like I'm trying to sell them, because I do order them for people so that you don't have to sign up with a wholesale account. But anyway, so Sunday night I did the healing, and you people are not quite sinking down into your lives. It's almost like you're not giving yourselves 100% permission to enjoy your life and what you've created already and what you're working on creating. So you're not settling all the way in, okay? And there's quite a few of you, so there's some worthiness stuff going on, like, well, let me just straighten up the room and then I'll be able to relax, or let me just do better. And I'm making it as vague as possible, and you're going to need to put it into your own context, because there's too many of you people, and this video will be too long if I go into the explanation for each person. You may ask me questions under the posting of this video, and I'm happy to answer one-on-one, because if you have a question, you're probably not the only person, all right? But please, please love yourself more. And one of the things that they told me to say is, I could do so much more with a more full container. And what that means is, if you consider yourself a container, you're a human being having a human experience, but you have a soul, you have an ego. You need to love what you are and where you are. And so many of us think, oh, I just need to be a little better. I just need to do this. I need to finish my certificate. I need to clean my house or finish the dishes, and then I'll let myself relax. It's almost like you finally give yourself a payoff after you've accomplished something. It's like, no, you're not worthy of relaxing right now. You just need to do this, this, and this, and then once you do that, then you can relax. Okay, it's a little backwards. You need to relax first, and you need to love yourself. It sounds easy. It's not, and I know it's not easy. It's not easy to love yourself when there's a lot of different ways that other people are showing you. And if you're on Facebook, this is a prime example. Facebook is just an ego playground that some people use as a way to create a life that they want to see. They want to see themselves as happy and thin and young and beautiful. And that tweaks some other Facebook users who want to use it to vent. And they want it to be real. It should be real. But the truth is, Facebook is, it's just a tool. It's just a resource. And there's no right or wrong way to use Facebook. You use it your own way. And if you want to go on and vent, and you want to follow people that vent, and that feels good to you, then that's the way you should use it. But try not to judge so harshly the people who are trying to project and see themselves, because they're looking at their Facebook page going, I am happy. I am leading a good life. And that's how they choose to use Facebook. And they're thinking they're using it in a positive way. All right. So either way is fine. We'll talk about that later. That's all just judgment, which causes you pain. I don't have time to talk about that right now. Right now, I just want to get to Sunday night's healing was about you guys not settling into your life. You're not giving yourself the permission to just say, you know what? I'm just going to sit on my couch, feel what I feel, and see what I like and what I don't like. Okay? So whatever you like, that's great. Let's keep creating that in your future. But whatever you don't like, whatever feels wrong, like maybe somebody gave you some statue or they gave you some, I don't know, they tried to help you decorate your house with something kind of hideous. And you're keeping it there because they're going to be coming for Thanksgiving or they're going to come for Christmas and they're going to see it. And you don't want it to be gone and you don't want them to say, hey, what happened to the black cat I gave you? When you know, oh, well, I gave it away. You know, it's okay to give away things that people give you that you don't want. And there's a book and it's pretty looking. It's yellow and white. And it's written by a woman that I really need to get the name of. But it's something like The Joy of Purity or something. The Joy of Less or something like that. I'm going to have to get it. I'll take a picture of it. But the lady has a good sense of humor. You can download, if you have a Kindle app, you can look up books on minimalism and you can download samples. And sometimes that's all you really need. But that would really help about 40% of you people that are doing this, is to read a few of these samples of this downloading of, minimalism. All right? Because you're not giving yourself permission to live the life you want to live. And that includes holding on to crap that somebody gave you that you don't really enjoy. Something every time you look at it, you're like, oh, Aunt Martha's going to come. She's going to, if I throw that away, then she's going to wonder where it is, blah, blah, blah. Your life is your life. It's your life. And the more beautifully that you can live your life, the more of an example you're going to be to someone like Aunt Martha, who's like, where'd the black cat go that I gave you? And you're like, oh, we went through some stuff. We did a sparking joy exercise, and we held things to our hearts like Marie Kondo does. And we decided that didn't spark joy, so as a family, we gave it to a church. There's churches that have ongoing sales things, like it's not like ongoing tag sale type of thing, where they take this stuff in and people can purchase it, and it's a win-win. Whatever, I can help you with that too. If you have an issue, just write me on Facebook. I don't mind. Okay, now, you've got to start sinking into your life. You've got to start, and if you can focus right now on your lower abdomen right now. How does your lower abdomen feel? Does it feel like it's settled down, like grounding? Does it feel like it's trying to settle down towards the ground and be grounded? Or does it feel like it's lifted up a little bit? Because if it's lifted up, that's your clue. You're not giving yourself enough permission to just settle into your life. Now, if you could just settle into your life and sit wherever you want in your living room, give yourself the permission to love your life, and to love yourself as much as you can, that's going to give me more to work with. Me, your angels, your guides, everybody that I use to do these nightly healings. Okay, that's going to give me, I can use that energy to push through and to get rid of whatever, because you've let it go. Once you let it go and you let it sink down, whether it's helpful or unhelpful, I can remove it. I can take it away so that you can actually feel shifted in your life. But if you're holding on to it, like, I need to finish this before I'm lovable, I need to finish that before I'm lovable, I need to keep a cleaner house before I'm lovable, I promise you none of that's true. So I need more to work with here. And we are going to get there by the end of the 21 days. And I'm not sure if you know this, but the 21 days actually ends December 1st. But I'm just going to keep it rolling on through. I'm going to keep going till New Year's Eve. All right, as a gift, as a holiday gift to everyone who's actually doing this, because so I'm in my own recuperation mode here from my tummy tuck surgery. I've lost a lot of blood. It serves me well to sit in this chair and to meditate and to work and do healings on you guys and me. Now, the universe had a completely different opportunity for me as I left my home when I really wanted to go to bed with my dad, who was on a stretcher in the back of an ambulance. We went to Danbury Hospital. I had some feelings coming up, and I expressed them in the most healthy way that I could at the time, and I'm pretty proud of it, on the way to the hospital, about my father's, let's call it as alcoholism. So the problem is, I would like him to behave in a different way, but it is his life. It's not mine to live. And I just need to do what I need to do to feel like I'm doing the right thing. Okay. We had some laughs in the hospital. Grady? What? Are you okay? Yeah. Do you want to come down here? Yeah. Okay, turn on the light and come on down. New piece of the puzzle also, my daughter's sick now too. Okay. So, here's all the stuff that's going on. My dad is recuperating, so I'm not that callous and horrible that... Come here, honey spot. Come here. Come here, sweet. Okay. Can you climb in? Okay. So my daughter's 5 and she's sick. So she's just gonna lay right here with me. Now, when I was in the hospital, waiting for my dad's results to come back, I got to meditate, I got to do the healing. And I was thankful to have this program. All right, get it. Okay. All right, babe. You're doing fine. So even though the meditation and the healing didn't happen in the venue that I expected, it gave me another opportunity to grow, and I was thankful for the meditation. Okay. Then, Monday night, I did another healing. And what came up for that, and maybe I'll be able to write this down, but I just don't want to forget it. There's at least 2 men in this group that that feel that they are being held back in their work environment. They're being held back from a promotion or from where they should be, or their talents are not being used, or there is someone, which feels like another man, blocking them from being able to move forward into a position that they really should be belonging in. Okay. And that is true. So I want to validate that for these 2 men. Now, even though this is specific information for 2 men, it may resonate for the other men and for the other women that you actually may be blocking your own self from where you need to be. Okay? So, it comes like this. This information comes like this. So, the two men, let's say you're one of the men that I'm speaking to, okay? And if you close your eyes and you imagine that you're face to face with someone, another male, who's blocking you from seeing the boss or blocking you in some way from having an interaction with a higher up that you could give your opinions to or your ideas to and grow the company in some way, help the company in some way, help your work in some way. And this could also be someone who's under you, who's blocking you from being effective with the people that you manage. Okay. All right. The way you need to handle this is you need to relax and you need to ground through your feet. You ground yourself down through your feet. And when you look into the eyes of this individual, you recognize this is one of your teachers, okay? And this situation is happening for you, not to you, okay? So you're going to look into the eyes of this individual and you're going to smile. And you're going to smile in a way. You're going to smile in a way of knowing that this person is not going to be able to block you anymore. And you're going to imagine energetically, if you remember playing leapfrog as a kid, you'd be like bent over and the kid was much, half the size. But you can energetically in your mind play leapfrog where you just leap right past, but use your energy to leap past. There have been sightings, there have been people, not crazy people either, but normal people who have watched through windows at cats. And what they've witnessed is they've witnessed cats getting up to higher than normal places. And the way the cats did it was the cat stopped for a moment and the person witnessed the cat sort of being in two places at once. If you can imagine this, these people were not nuts. I have to say it again. The cat existed where it was, and it existed halfway to where it was trying to get to, and in like a I want to say it's atoms kind of like split in half in a way. So it was kind of like a hologram, but there was a hologram in the place that it was first sitting, a hologram halfway, and then another hologram to where it finally wanted to be, which was higher than it could have possibly really jumped. Okay, if this can make sense. And then the hologram of where it first was gone, and then the energy moved through the middle space, and then the whole entire energy of the hologram at first was where the cat ended up. Okay. If you want to know more about that, you can look that up, but if I can find it, I'll try and post it, but I forget stuff like this. You have to see yourself in the same way that the cat did that, all right? So whether you believe me or not, whether you believe these people that I'm telling you are not crazy or not, energetically hologram yourself from where you are with a big smile on your face, hologramming yourself as if you're just leapfrogging over and then on the other side of this person. I know it sounds nuts, and I'm sorry about that, but energetically, we can do so much that we don't even try because we believe in the tangible reality that we see around us. And everything you see around yourself is just reality that has already been created. Okay, it's old karma. So people got together with their minds and they create a certain outcome. Okay, they create an outcome, and that is the outcome, and that's what we're experiencing now. It's old karma, it's already been created. So from where we are now, what do we like and what do we not like? Okay, we want to create more of what we like. We see a lot of people coming together in love. I see a lot of people deciding to meditate, deciding to get rid of things, deciding to, I don't want to say a whole lot because I don't want people to think I'm judging, but people buying used things. They call it the circular economy. So like Patagonia has a used section that you can buy old Patagonia stuff. It's not cheap. You know, a $59 skirt is $40, you know, but it's already been created. And not that everyone needs to do that, because you don't. It's perfectly fine. You buy new things. And, you know, as long as you're not throwing stuff in the garbage, there's plenty of people in the world that can use your old hand-me-downs and stuff like that. But there are people that are becoming more and more awakened to how things are created and how a consumer good is created and how it gets disposed of, and maybe they rethink a purchase more than they used to. Okay, that's all good stuff. I see a lot of great stuff when it comes to children, kids that I teach how to meditate. What they can learn is just amazing. And I know I'm off the topic, but anyway, you see where we are and we see what we want to create. And when we focus on more of what we want to create, we're going to create a future that we're happy with, less to change. But when we watch the news and when we watch things that are negative and hateful, we are feeding that part. And the universe does not judge. And this is all law of attraction. The universe doesn't judge. Okay? It just thinks, oh, okay, well, this is what you're thinking about. It doesn't look at it like, well, this is what you're worried about, so I know that you don't want to create it. The universe looks at it like, oh, that's what you're thinking about? That's what you want more of. Okay, there you go. So my father, who I adore, is one of my best friends. He helps us all the time. He helps me with the kids, and he helps me so that I can do my healing, so that I can go run around and teach people how to meditate and all the stuff that I love to do. Okay, his worst fear was not being able to come through for us. And the 2 weeks after I get my stomach all cut open and re-put together, these were the 2 weeks that I needed my dad the most. His fear of falling short or failing us is what created the energy pull into making that happen. So, I'm not blaming him. I'm just saying this is what most people do. I know of a woman that's actually fallen down the stairs 4 times. Now, this woman is not particularly interesting. She fell down the stairs one time at work, and she wasn't hurt, and she was able to entertain people with this story. Now, here is a woman, lovely person, easy to be around, but never ever had a story that could keep anyone's attention for more than 5 seconds or so. But a lovely person. Anyway, she told this story about falling down the stairs, which got progressively more and more entertaining because you could see she was fine. Well, she fell down the stairs again. Well, then that just added to the story. That made it even funnier. And oh my God, and now she could really stretch it out. It happened again. It happened twice at work, and I think twice at home. Falling down the stairs, but not getting hurt. Luckily, that's part of her story. So it isn't true that she would rather not fall down the stairs. And that's hard to believe to any of us who don't want to fall down the stairs. But the universe is not judging good or bad, all right? And you should not judge yourself as good or bad. You just are. And if you were one of my friends for the past couple days that could have given me a ride, you would be very important to me. You're here for a purpose. And I'm rambling and I'm going longer than I wanted to, but I just want you guys to really understand that just being part of this 21-day meditation, you're doing something very, very beyond a good thing. And you need to take care of yourself. And loving yourself is first. It's not second. It doesn't come after you finish things. Love the crap out of yourself. The more you can love yourself, the more I can help you, the more I can move this energy through. Because if you love yourself, you can let go of the fact that you pulled Susie's hair in 4th grade, or that you let somebody down, you didn't show up on time. The more you love yourself, the more you can say, you know what, I made that mistake, but I felt the remorse, I learned the lesson, and I'm going to move forward. Now, I can come in energetically tonight and sweep that away, okay? If you don't get to meditate, this is the beauty of meditating the way we're doing this, where you meditate twice a day at your leisure, in your own time, anytime. And there's so many ways to meditate. I'm going to start making meditations. But my ego makes me afraid that I'm boring and that no one's going to want to listen to my meditations. But I'm going to do what I can do. And you can also use, I have a video blog called Brilliant Soul Info. Brilliant Soul Info on YouTube. And also All Calm Down, Carla Barzetti, if you want to look up there. Those are guided healing meditations, which I use. I always have you open to receive healing in your highest best interest, because it's a quantum physics thing that I'm obsessed with. I just adore quantum physics because it explains how we use way more of our minds than we realize. So I hope this is making sense. And I'm really super grateful to have this group going on right now, where I am trying to recover from my own surgery, but I have to take care of my father, who's an absolute train wreck right now and on painkillers, and my beautiful 5-year-old daughter who's sick right now. But this is a perfect time for me to meditate and do healings on you guys. And you guys are, this group is my priority. And I get to say no to things that I really don't want to do because I have to meditate and because I have to do a group healing. So it's starting later than 10 o'clock. They have been starting later than 10 o'clock. I think I've only started at 10 like once or twice. But just open to receive, keep opening to receive, and I'm going to keep doing it. And if anyone wants me to videotape one of the guided healing meditations, let me know. I'm happy to do that. And I'll show you what I do and what it looks like. But I'm so proud of you. And if you meditate, if you miss meditation, it's okay. Just love yourself. And that if you can love yourself as hard as you can for 5 minutes, that can count as a meditation too. Because it really is. And meditating, connecting with your inside, your inner spiritual being, communing with your inner spiritual being, you know, and just loving, that's who you really are. And that is meditating. So far you're all doing great. If you feel like you're being blocked, so that was the information from last night. I don't know what's going to come up tonight because I haven't started. But if you feel like you're being blocked, remember that this is an opportunity and you're going to leapfrog over the block. And you're going to see where you end up. You're going to see what you can learn. And oh my God, I just love you. And I'm so glad you're part of my life and part of my inner circle and stuff. Right, Grady? Mm-hmm. Can you tell everybody that you love them?
Yes.
Say, I love you, everyone.
I love you, everyone.
Tell them, keep meditating your faces off.
Keep meditating your face off.
And that their whole life will become a magical dream come true.
And their whole life will be a dream come true.
Okay. Good night. We love you.